Hello, beach friends. The word hurricane can create many different feelings, anxiety, stress, and worry being a few. But watch what happens when you add post and shelling to that word. Well, now we're talking about something completely different, exciting, and rare. And these intense storms, thankfully, only come so often. So I'm going to take full advantage of these circumstances and visit a remote island looking for seashell treasures. And I will be your virtual guide as I identify shells like this apple murex and this lightning whelk as we explore Kice Island, a hidden gem within the 10,000 Islands area in southwest Florida, known for its natural beauty and excellent shelling spots. Kice Island is uninhabited, and you can only get there by boat. And it's pretty popular with us shellers, so I'm not going to be the only person canvassing the island for treasures. I do look at these post-storm opportunities a little differently than I do my normal beach adventures. Today, I'm really going to be hunting down those highly sought-after bucket list shells like the rose murex or the alphabet cone. And we will be seeing some critters, since that does tend to happen after a storm. And I'll pick up any other shells I think are interesting or beautiful. Now, I do love people. However, I do like to film these videos alone, so I'll be moving away from the other shellers in hopes of finding a sweet spot for us to look for treasures. So if you're ready to see what all is out there for us today, let's go to the beach. Now, as I make my way to what I hope will be a little bit of a honey hole, let's talk about timing. So we're in October, and October 9th is when Milton hit. I went to South Marco on the 11th, and then today is the 14th. So it's been less than a week that the hurricane came by, and I'm super curious to see what all Kice is going to have for us. This osprey was here, not necessarily leading us to anything per se, and I hate to disturb them, but that is one of the sea falcons that we have down here. It did have a catch. It's probably going to go find a nice perch to go eat that fish. And if you did catch that South Marco Island video, there was a lot of pen shells, and there were some piles of pen shells here on Kice as well. Nothing like I saw down in Marco. But I'm following the smell. If you smell something, it's possible there might be a big horse conch or something there. So I am kind of picking through. Right here is a lightning whelk. They're just gonna thwap some of the stuff out of it. Yeah, that's a good looking shell there. So I'm sorry, I'm not a digger. Not gonna spend too much time. I want to kind of make it down to what I hope is the cone zone. We shall see. There's a jujube top shell, or top snail, and a lettered olive. Okay, so some of the more common things I normally find, and a ribbed cantharus. Those are swell little boxy shells. So, all right, kind of common. I'm hoping for something a little more exotic. Right, that is a calico scallop. So yeah, I'm gonna keep hunting. So this is kind of the surroundings. It's in the afternoon. Low tide is in the afternoon. So this is like, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock or so. Oh, a little sharp ribbed drill. Adorable little seashell. Okay. And surf clam, maybe alternate talent. Yeah, nothing terribly exciting. All right, I haven't quite hit the honey hole yet. I'm going to keep looking. Now, scallops don't normally come this big down here. So that's kind of exciting. That's probably a bay scallop. Very nice looking scallop. Awesome. Okay, banded tulip. All right, again, one of the common, one of the more beautiful common shells. Oh, now we're talking, because I see a cone. Oh, I might see two. All right. All right, that is a piece of a cone. All right, and what do we got here? Oh, while I'm here, this is a little, let's make sure it's empty. Yep, All right, a little Florida fighting conch, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, colorful moon snail. Terrific. And let's go. All right, the cone. Hopefully it's empty. Ah, nope. If you see like gooey stuff in there, that's the animal. That's why the animals need their shells, because they're just gooey little things. So they create their shells that protects them throughout their life. And once they pass along, I have no idea why I didn't check out that lightning whelk. I went back in the footage. I have no idea. There must have been something wrong with it. But just to let you know, I don't know why. I should have checked it out. Oh, guys, it's a rose murex. This is what I'm talking about. Now, this is a mottled rose murex. They come in 2 different colors. This is fantastic. This is a bucket list shell, and this is the kind of thing I'm talking about that becomes a little easier to find after these storms. Well, are you kidding me? All right, it's the second one, but it's alive. All right, so not a keeper. We'll leave you here. All right, that is an apple murex, so kind of a cousin to the rose murex. Oh, that's exciting, and look at the color. So the mottled rose murex kind of looks like the apple rose murex. Hopefully, maybe I'll find at least another one, and I can kind of show you the color variation. All right, I see something gummy in that shell, so that is alive. I put it next to the live rose murex. Yep, you are gummy as well. Anything gooey in there, anything gooey stays at the beach. We only take the empty shells. All right, so this is great. Very challenging. Oh, cone alive. Is that the same one I picked up for 4? Oh, well, I should probably walk it out a little bit further. Okay, nutmeg, common nutmeg, fantastic. Oh, that's not some nice color on it too. All right, that's pretty good. But hopefully, all right, I think I found a good spot. Oh, I think I would say I found a great spot. Oh my gosh, so this is another rose murex. This is more the traditional color of that rose murex, and it's got its little spikes on it, which is a little uncommon. Normally they're kind of rolling around. They get a lot more rounded. Oh my gosh, that's terrific. Or another little bucket list shell. I know this is almost like exactly the same color, way more common. So it's just, it's great. Little Florida horse conch, they're fantastic. But to be fair, they're not rose murex. And I am giving the, speaking of rose murex, oh my gosh. So friends, yeah, hurricane shelling is pretty awesome. And while those horse conchs are great, that rose murex, so I'm checking the inside of the shells. A lot of these critters are either still alive or something else. A hermit crab might crawl in there, so I'm checking the shells real good. Okay, alive again. So that is another alphabet cone. I'll leave you there. All right. Oh, this is great. Oh, look. All right, so it's a little top shell. I'll look if I can put it in the camera view for you. It's alive. This is only, I think, the second time I've ever seen a live little top snail. And I know it's just kind of pinkish and gooey. I don't see a head or anything. It's apparently kind of making friends with this other, let's see, that is a crossbarred Venus clam. And so I can't, I don't see any eyeballs. Well, maybe those little dark things are eyeballs. Aw. I do love a good critter, so I try to I be kind to them as well. So I'm not too terribly upset when I find a critter versus a seashell. Either way, works. It's kind of okay by me. All right, that's going to be empty because you kind of have that shell jammed in there. Excellent. I can keep that, and that's a pretty good looking Florida cone. Those are normally kind of beat up, even when they're, like even when they're empty. Let's see this one. Alive, yeah. That was a bright pink animal. What is this little adorable thing? Oh, it's alive. Okay, so that's another itty bitty critter that needs to stay here at the beach. What about, okay, looks empty. All right, another ribbed cantharus. Very nice. A little bit of purple interior. Terrific. Oh, this was kind of fun. So this is a Tampa Turrid. but it's alive. And frankly, not terribly exciting. It just kind of a little bit of a blob there. So kind of cool. I got to see a live Tampa turrid and empty. Okay, very slippery Florida cone. Are you empty though? That's the question. A broken horse conch. What? Oh, it's another mottled. Okay, I'm blowing in it to make sure there's nothing in it. Oh, that's another one of those mottled rose murex. This one kind of has some spikes on it. Yeah. So today is not exactly what I expected, but kind of in a really great way. Oh, a cone. I was hoping for cones. Is it empty? No. There is an animal in that cone, and that means it needs to stay here at the beach. Now, I know that a lot of the cones are poisonous, and yes, the alphabet cones can be, but for us down here in Florida, if you were to get stung, it would be more like a bee sting, all right? You're not going to go to the hospital. This one is empty. So I'm finding some are inhabited, need to stay here, some are empty. And again, that's kind of what you might expect after a really big storm. Just everything gets pushed up onto the beach and you kind of have to work it out. Oh, can't wait to see what else. All right, I'm circling something. Are you kidding me? Please be empty. Oh, dang it. I think that's alive. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at the color. Oh, well, at least I found a couple empty ones. It is what it is. You can go on and, I don't know, make babies, make more of those rose murexes. All right, well, let's see if we can find some empty, either some of those cones or, all right, here is an apple murex. It's little angles and whatnot. Oh, there we go. There's a cone. Hopefully it's empty. Yeah, it looks good. It's all packed full of sand and shells and stuff. Oh, that's awesome. And then it just occurred to me how happy I am in a muddy little puddle in the middle of the ocean on an island looking for seashells. Yep. Call me crazy, but I'm having a fantastic time. That's awesome. Alphabet cone and a apple murex. This is a moon snail, a colorful moon snail. And they're called that because the animal is actually very colorful. A pretty little thing. I do love those shells. Oh, another cone. Empty. Yay. Woohoo. All right, another one. Yes. It's funny too because I had found cones for years and I never saw a live one. And then all of a sudden, yep, and it was a Kice too. What about you? Yep, alive. So it's a mixed bag today. Oh, I think I found the cone zone. Oh, you're alive too. All right. Anybody else? All right, you're a fighting conch. What? Just kind of scanning since I'm going to take a little trip down to a puddle or the water to get these animals back in. Wait a minute. Let me check out this little lace murex. Oh, that'd be terrible to leave that behind. All right, so get that secured in the shell bag. Get my two little alphabet cone friends here. And again, I don't necessarily want to play with them, but I do know that I'm probably not going to get stung and sent to the hospital. I can see the animal on this one is already out of its shell. Oh, neato. All right. So we'll keep it moving. See if we can find some empty stuff or critter. I mean, it's okay to find the critter too. I have never. Oh my gosh, another all right. A little slippery. Oh, that's wonderful. Another bucket list shell. That is insane. Oh, that's great. And so that's the color again that I would typically expect to find. Yeah, just push me over with an angel wing. Oh my gosh, that's another rose murex. Yeah, wow. So this kind of experience and an alphabet cone. I mean, yeah. And that, my friends, is why post-hurricane shelling is pretty epic. All right, there was a little serathon there, just kind of slid that little guy off. Oh, beautiful. Rose murex and an alphabet cone. Yeah, and that is what I call hurricane shelling. All right, what else? I'm speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. Another one. Let's look at the color. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that fire engine red color. It doesn't really have spikes. All right, please be empty. Please be empty. Oh yeah, I think there's a little bit of stuff in there. Let's see. Give it some time. Oh, yep. That's empty. There's no critter in there. Oh, terrific. Holy cow. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's alive. I can see the animal. So there's another alphabet cone. Little animal. What's here? That is an apple murex with a little hermit crab in it. Wow. Yeah, that is amazing. Okay, yeah, that is a Florida horse conch. And it's stuck to a ponderous arc. Oh, this is messy. What is here? Oh, there's a banded tulip. Not that I'm not paying attention to the more common shells. As you can see, there is an opportunity to really find the more rare and really unusual shells. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on. Hello, alphabet cone. Hello, critter. You'll stay right there. All right. That's okay. All right, calico clam. All right, you're broken. I'll probably just hold on to the unbroken part. But so in addition to rose murex and alphabet cones, there are a couple other shells here, like the Pennsylvania lucine. Now this is the animal is in there. Kind of cool. So that's a lucine, the Pennsylvania one to be exact. Kind of interesting. All right, and really messy, and it's so hard to kind of tease out the different shapes and flavors. I'm on a roll with these rose murex. Oh my gosh. I should have been counting. I don't even know what number keepable ones that is. That is insane and beautiful and awesome and holy cow. So I'm no expert, but all right, I go shelling like every week. So maybe not an expert, but I am very experienced. This was amazing. I have never found that many of those rose murex shells in the same day. It was absolutely incredible. And I do have a lot of people to thank really for the fact that I get to come out here. So Patreons, thank you so much. And we have new Patreons this month. Welcome aboard. I do go over on Patreon and periodically upload things that you all on YouTube won't be able to see. So if you did want to join in on the fun, I would encourage you to go over to patreon.com. There's a couple different levels of sponsorship you can support me in. And this is the alphabet cone trifecta shot that I had alluded to, and one of the uploads on Patreon that I did. But everyone here on YouTube, let's enjoy. All right, I thought there was 3 cones. All right, so it's the top of a cone. It's not a cone, but it is the top of a cone. Okay, here is an nutmeg. Let's see. Yeah, looking good. Empty. Common nutmeg. Delightful. Any more rose murex? Oh, okay, so it is a cone. I did spy a cone, but it's not in that good a shape. All right, well, that's all right. I think that's the first one I found that was not really a keeper between it being alive or not in great shape. All right, I know there's another one here somewhere. Hunting. There it is. There it is. And I can't. All right, survey says. It looks like a critter in there. Okay, so that's not a keeper either. Now, I can see it easier on the visual digital screen than I can on the beach. It takes me a little bit longer on the beach to kind of figure these things out. Yeah, you're alive, so I'll leave you here. That's fun. It still was fun. Beautiful shot of all these shells just kind of shimmering under the water. And finding the shells, it's kind of been up on the rack line, kind of been down here. I feel like I've had better luck with the rose murex and the alphabet cones, kind of in the cone zone. So it's likely I'll probably stay down here. All right, garbage. I do always take garbage off the beach. Terrific. Oh, yeah, critter. That's a critter. What about you? Keeper! I wonder what percentage I'm running. I honestly think most of them have been alive, but yeah, I've definitely been finding 1 or 2 keepers in here. Yeah, I just want to make absolutely sure. Yep. Make sure nobody's in there. That is awesome. Oh, what a day. So another lovely alphabet cone. I don't really see any letters more splotchy on this one. I won't complain. The giraffe alphabet cone. It's lovely. Okay, piece of lightning whelk. Yeah, you'll do. Gonna thwack that out. All right. Now, lightning whelks are very, very colorful when they're younger, but as they get older and bigger, they do tend to kind of lose their color. Look at this big mama. Now, I know it's female because only the females will get really, really big like this. Ha, mama. So we need to get you closer to the water, yeah. And so you see the color, it's kind of fading, and that happens. So this beautiful animal, yeah, we're gonna put you out there, so hopefully soon we will be seeing some of the egg casings that'll start over the winter and into the spring. So we'll leave you here, sweetheart. There you go. Kice is so unusual. Just the topography of it. It's all like spongy and whatnot near the water, not really too much sand, but it is really beautiful. And I think this is a great time for me to be quiet and let you enjoy some beach time. So Kice can be rather treacherous. If you were ever going to come here, wear really good shoes. All right, the tide at this point, I don't know that it honestly matters at Kice. I really don't. It's pretty dead low right now. And here's another. Do we have a keeper? Yes, we have a keeper cone. So, yeah, Kice is one of those islands. I wouldn't worry too much about the tide. Well, I guess if it was like really high tide, this area would be covered in water and it would be a little more difficult. So, but still, me personally, I don't care what the tide is. Just bring me to Kice. That is a bay scallop. Very lovely pastel colored bay scallop. Here is a pear whelk. Lovely. Yep, one of the two. They're lightning whelk and a pear whelk. They're open on different sides. A lightning whelk is the only shell that'll open on the left. See this, how the opening on this nutmeg is on the right? If you paid attention, all of the gastropods, not to be confused with a bivalve. So a scallop would be a bivalve. That is a bay scallop. A gorgeous bay scallop. But the gastropods typically will open on the right except for the lightning whelk. So there was no piles. So from a shelling standpoint, I expected piles. I did. And that was not what I found at all. It was a lot of hunt and pick through the different things. Gorgeous spiny jewel box with a blush of pink color. I just like when it's all spiky from all the way in the back of the shell to the front. Oh, an angel wing. Oh, that's a nice size. I'll try to clean that up. We'll just give it a little bleach bath. We'll see what happens. There's another pear whelk. See if I can, yeah. Oh, that's going to look pretty. Ah, it's got some nice color for a shell that big. As I mentioned earlier, they do tend to kind of lose their shells as they get older. They tend to kind of lose their color. Here is a lace murex. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, it's very lacy. Lovely. All right, there's another little fighting conch. The juvenile. It's a mixed bag today. I mean, you got rose murex kind of dotted in everything with some alphabet cones, and then you have your more common things. But with some experience, I kind of have an idea. Again, I am not the best sheller, the fastest sheller. I do not find the biggest shells. I just try to have the best time when I go out there. Oh, here's a decent sized lightning whelk. Are you alive? No. Oh, all right, you need a little cleaning up, but that's a nice looking lightning whelk. And see how it opens on the left? Great. All right, well, it's a little slimy, but I think that'll clean up just fine. Oh, I do like a good moon snail. Oh, that's terrific. So that is a shark eye moon snail. The animal of that animal is not as colorful as the colorful moon snail, so it's just kind of a gray, globby looking thing. Yeah, frankly, most of these snails are kind of globby looking, which I think is awesome. Oh, horse conch. Oh, that's terrific. They're actually really pretty if you've ever seen an adult, which we will see next week, many adult living horse conchs. That is a little Florida horse conch. Okay, another cone, probably alive because of all the periostracum, or maybe not. All right. Yeah, that's safe. Woohoo! Another one. It's gonna have to hang out and bleach for a little while, but another empty alphabet code. Oh, another shark eye. Oh, nice. That's a great size. Yeah. That is awesome. On a slower day, that one shell might have been made my whole trip. But on a day like today, when there's so many good things. All right. The Florida fighting conch. So technically, the name Florida fighting conch doesn't exist any longer. There were thought to be two species of fighting conch that look almost identical, the West Indian fighting conch and the Florida fighting conch. And some super smart people who do research on these snails determined through all sorts of scientific methods that although these species look a little different, which is one of the things that I love about the fighting conchs, they are indeed the same species. So, since the West Indian conch was named first, that name sticks. So technically, I'm holding a West Indian fighting conch and a moon snail, and it's a Paul Newman-ish one at that. Oh, it's a good one. And then I don't know if I'm going to be able to call that a West Indian fighting conch. I think I'm just going to stick with Florida fighting conch, at least for now. I know it's not right, but and so I think I can live with it. That is a true tulip. They get much bigger. The colors are much different than the banded tulips. A lovely, lovely gastropod. All right. Okay, some tinies maybe. Oh, little lightning whelk with the opening on the left. Adorable little thing. And that's where it gets its name, for those little zigzag marks that look like lightning. Okay, that is a broken periwinkle shell. That is kind of a snail that lives, it's not exactly a marine snail. It's not exactly a land snail, right? So all the shells that we're picking up today are from marine snails. That is another shark eye. The color on that is a little weird. And that is a fly speck cerith. I know, perhaps you thought it was a lentil trap. I know, I call them imposters. They make me stop a lot when I'm looking for lentil traps. And then we'll finish it out with a slipper snail. So there were the common shells there. I really just felt like I was on a mission to get like the really good stuff. I mean, these post-hurricane shelling days only happen once in a while. And I was also kind of surprised that I found yet another cone. There were so many people in this area, but it just goes to show, I guess, you know, I find things that other people miss, and believe me, I miss stuff. I have video evidence that I miss it. So bye, shellers. And then I'm just going to kind of hang around for a few minutes waiting for my boat to go back to the island. And when I tour, I always tour with SWFL Shell Guide. I know Allie personally. I think she does such a wonderful job for her guests, and I just fully trust that she will try to get you to where all of the great shells are. So the moon is kind of coming out. I've got a lot of rose murexes in my shell bag. It's beautiful. And I'm feeling so grateful and happy. I was really looking forward to this trip, and it was not what I expected, and I'm giving up. I really have no idea what I'm going to find when I go to the beach. And maybe that's what makes it just so fun and enjoyable, is that you just never know what that hunt is going to give you. So in addition to all those beautiful shells, I took a little bit of garbage. It was 3.3 ounces. So that means in total, since I've started keeping track, I've removed a little over 56 pounds of garbage from the beach. Now, today I was very specific in what I was collecting: some shark eyes, some of those ribbed cantharus, a mauve-mouthed drill, the angel wing, the lettered olives, and some banded tulips, some jujube top snails, pear whelks, lightning whelks, horse conchs. We have some apple murex, and then a couple of lace murex, the fighting conchs, Florida fighting conchs, the Florida cone shells, some spiny jewel box. We have some calico scallops, bay scallops, broad rib cardita, right down to the nutmegs. There's a couple worm snails, calico clam, broad rib cardita. There was one true tulip, some of the colorful moon snails, and then the alphabet cones and the rose murex. And there was one Florida prickly cockle that was kind of cool. You know what? I'm going to show you all over on Patreon. So thank you so very much. I will just say this is not the last time we're going to see those rose murex shells. I suspect they're not going to stay in my collection. Next week, it's epic. I went to Keewaydin and I can't wait to edit it because it was something else. So you have a great week and I'll see you again next Sunday.